beautiful sandy beaches and warm sunshine, the distant sound of seagulls off on the horizon. Yes, I'm recently back from a trip to San Diego, which was a really nice departure from Wisconsin. It's April and we're getting snow, which is not that uncommon here, but yeah, you know, I mentioned in my last video that I had a trip coming up, and it was to San Diego. It was for work, but it was a lot of fun. And I've started doing something when I travel. I purchase a scent that I think would match the atmosphere of wherever I'm visiting, and I recuse myself. I don't smell it at all, and I don't use that product until I'm in that location, and then I smell it for the first time, and that will always remind me of that trip. Do any of you people do that as well? You should. I did it in Vegas. If you remember last year, I shot a video, and that was on Declaration Grooming Shore. And then I've done it again with San Diego, like these, you know, kind of tropical places compared to the upper Midwest. The soap that I chose for this trip was A&E St. Barts. And I've used Ariana Evans soap before and had great success. And the same is said with this. This scent is amazing. It's up there. It's definitely in my like top 5, maybe even top 3 scents. Oh my gosh, coconut, tropical. It reminds me a lot of The Beach by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, which I'm a huge fan of. It smells like suntan lotion. This kind of smells like suntan lotion. I would say this smells more like a tropical drink. I hear that it is a duplicate of Virgin Island Waters by Creed. So if you've used that cologne, then you're probably kind of familiar. Amazing though, and from now on, you know, when I use this scent, I will think of San Diego. Gas was $7 a gallon in San Diego. Those of you that live in California, y'all know already. It's no news to you, but gosh, that was a shock to me. It's like $3.80, $3.90 a gallon here. Anyways, my wife came with me on my trip and we had a blast. Like I said, it was for work, but we still had fun in the evenings, and we were out there for a few days and it was amazing. I had a great time. I'll be using the Aftershave Splash, which goes along with that soap. And so I'm using something new today. This is a Yaqi bowl. It's plastic. Now they've had the ceramic version available for a while now, but they apparently just came out with this plastic version. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it. It was hella cheap. It was like $11. I actually kind of bought it on accident. I was like looking to see how much it would cost in my cart to see if there was shipping, free shipping or whatever. And then I essentially accidentally bought it. Not a big deal though, because it was like 11 bucks. But yeah, like, and it's okay. It's not great. It's not my favorite. I compare it. You've seen my videos. I use the Timeless bowls, and I love the Timeless bowls. Better ridges on the bottom of the Timeless bowls. I feel like it's kind of modeled after a Pereira bowl, which I don't own. Those are pretty expensive. They're like 38 bucks or something plus shipping, depending on where you get it. But I feel like it's like a cheaper version of that. And the one thing that I think it's missing is ridges on the bottom. It doesn't have great ridges. The plastic itself is extremely smooth versus this Timeless bowl. This Timeless bowl has a little bit of like, it's not super smooth on the inside. Better grip on the outside, but the inside even still less slick, you could say, than the Yaqi bowl. But I'm using that today. It works okay. It is wider at the top and wider at the bottom than this Timeless bowl. Again, probably kind of the same dimensions as that Pereira bowl, but about a third of the cost, a quarter of the cost even. Using an inexpensive Omega synthetic brush. I've shared it in a couple of videos here. My razor is this cheapest razor I own. I bought this for $7 at an antique shop in Wisconsin. It's one of those It's a 3-piece, or I guess even you could say a 4-piece. It comes apart. It's like a travel razor. This may have even been issued during one of the wars, or just maybe not necessarily during a war, but just it may have been part of standard issue for soldiers at some point. But it's a very mild shave, so I'm pairing that with a feather blade, which a very sharp blade with a very mild razor should get pretty good results. But that's everything that I have. Throughout the shave part, I'll probably show some more shots of my trip to San Diego. So let's head down for the lathering. I've already got some of the soap pressed down in the bowl here and spread out. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it before I start the lather. Like I said, this scent is incredible. And then you couple that with this amazing performance. This is only the second A&E soap that I've used, and it's like amazing. It lathers so well. It maintains its lather between passes, and then the scent. It's all just incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. Let me start the lather here, and if you've watched a few of my videos lately, I'm going with more of a swirl. I used to just really press it down hard and go back and forth like a whisk. But now I do more of a swirl, and it's going to take a lot more water. The lather builds slower using this method, but it's more dense, and I overall like it better. Now this is where I kind of wish it had bigger ridges on the bottom, because to be honest, I feel like I'm kind of just swirling on a completely smooth bowl with really little or even no ridges on the bottom. The Timeless bowl beats this as far as the ridges on the bottom. Also, the Timeless bowl has like a tiny bit of texture to it, which I've never used a Pereira bowl, but from the videos I've seen, it looks like it might have a tiny texture to it, where this is like smooth plastic. Now I'm pushing it down a bit more, but that's after I had already kind of gotten this more dense, sticky is what I call it. Sticky, shiny. Yeah. Add a tiny bit more water. Don't want to overdo it. Already filling the whole bathroom with this scent. And like I mentioned, what's nice about this, it will always take me back to beautiful San Diego. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I'll probably, while I switch the camera, I'll probably kind of hit it a couple more times here, but that's looking pretty good. I like that. All right, see you back up top. Okay, welcome back. You can see performance-wise, it does fine. Even though the bowl is so-so, the soap is amazing, and you get really good results there. I've already washed my face. I did my pre-shave with just an unscented bar soap. Let me wet my face. Should probably put the blade in the razor, right? That would help. Go ahead and do that. How's everybody been doing? If you live in a part of the country that's cold, hopefully it's starting to warm up for you guys, even though it's April snow. We still had a little bit of snow the other day, still have temperatures. Fortunately not like frigid, staying above 0, but still, gosh, pretty cold some days. If you remember my last video, we talked about my truck and wanting to get a new vehicle. I did get a new vehicle. I went with a Subaru Forester. Any of you guys have Subarus or Subaru Foresters? So far so good. I mean, I've only had it It's kind of cool. It's kind of scrappy. It's a 2018, and it's got all-wheel drive, which is good. That should do well when we get inclement weather, the snow. Like I said, I've already kind of tested it some with the snow that we've had these last few days. Yeah, you know, it's not my truck. I'll always miss my truck. But, like I said, it's not bad. Seen lots of, like, Instagram posts where people jack it up and put big mud tires. Like, I don't know if I'll ever lift it. But I'll, you know, I very well may put some bigger tires on it. Some more, rugged, all-terrain type tires. Beautiful lather here on my face. I really enjoyed that trip out to San Diego. It was with my coworkers. It was for work. As y'all may know, for work I facilitate like continuing education seminars for a local nonprofit for behavioral health therapists. Very gratifying what I do, knowing that my services, or the company that I work for, their services go on to help psychologists and psychiatrists help out their patients. The subject matter of this conference that I was at was about psychedelics. Yeah, like psychedelic drugs. Mushrooms, LSD. No joke, that stuff. It, no one was on drugs, I don't think. And we're talking about microdosing, like a fraction of what you would take at like a Grateful Dead concert. Like enough to get you high, but not get like too crazy where you don't know what's going on. Just a little bit. And it's supposed kind of like hypnosis. I don't know if you guys have any experience with hypnosis or believe in it or don't believe in it, you know, I don't know. But obviously some therapists use hypnosis to help their clients, like with buried memories or, you know, something that may be causing them distress. Or you've heard hypnosis to like get people to quit smoking and stuff. So the idea is you can take some of these microdosed psychedelics like mushrooms or LSD or ketamine, I think is one of them, and open up your mind in a way that you can be treated, you know, for maybe some sort of distressful situation you were in or some sort of traumatic event that you experienced, or in some cases multiple times, you know, like rape victims or victims of abuse or anything. I know it's a lot of it was kind of out there, but it was still fascinating. I still enjoyed meeting the people and hearing some stuff that I'm a layman. I do the webcast portion, but it was interesting to hear some of the stuff. Very nice people though, and of course San Diego was beautiful. Spent evenings on the beach. What else? New car. Trip to San Diego. My youngest daughter is walking like a champ now, and she's almost 1.5, and she's got a lot more words. Her vocabulary is growing, and it's great to hear her talk and stuff. She's like a little person now, you know? I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but, you know, the first 3 or 4 months of having a kid, you don't They don't say much, or they don't say anything really. They cry, they poop, they sleep. Repeat. They just do it and do it and do it. And it's tough. But then you get to this stage, they're 1.5 and they can tell you what they want and they laugh and they're funny. And my oldest daughter, she's 3.5. She loves the new Subaru. She likes riding in it, and it's got a sunroof. She likes looking out the sunroof and stuff. Good things happening with me here. I am excited for it to start to warm up. My wife and I started watching Ted Lasso. It's a good show. It's a positive show. I don't know if y'all know the premise. Jason Sudeikis is kind of the main character. And he leaves Kansas and goes to England to be head coach of an English soccer team. And he honestly knows little to nothing about soccer. And it's what kind of encouraged me to watch it. I was watching 60 Minutes on CBS and they were talking about the show. And they started off going, it's not a show about soccer. Which I'll admit I'm not a huge soccer fan. I've tried to get into soccer, but it's not my favorite. But it's about life. It's about being a good person and doing what's right. Which all sounds cheesy, but we all need more of that in our life. You basically have a choice every day when you get up. You can either be a good person or a bad person. You can be happy-go-lucky, or you can be a rude Gus. And sometimes it's hard to be the good person. But I believe that by spreading good, it will return. Gosh, I didn't even plan on talking about this. I start these videos with like kind of an idea of what I want to talk about, but they usually go in a much different direction. Which I hope for you guys that comes across as maybe more genuine, less rehearsed. I don't know. Gosh, I haven't used this razor in a long time and I just realized something. Blade alignment or whatever, like this side of the razor is not as efficient as the other side. Just something interesting to note. Feather blades. They're not my favorite. I don't think I've ever made it through a shave with a feather without at least a couple of nicks. Which is fine. Not that big a deal. I know some people are like, they're my only blade that I use. I have used them with aggressive razors. And I found that I much prefer them in a mild razor. Mild razor, sharp blade, good combo. I do have new stuff to the shaved in, but I'm holding off for now. I'll use it in my next video. Use them. But man, this soap is great. If you like a tropical, coconutty, woodsy, spicy scent, then you should go for it. Good stuff. It very much reminds me of a beach or a tropical locale. Thing is, like, I wouldn't want to live somewhere super tropical because I would get sick of it, I think. You know? I joke with my wife that I want to become a snowbird. If y'all don't know what a snowbird, they fly south for the winter. I'd like to get a place warm and beachy for the winter and then come back up in Wisconsin in the summer. Got to finish that statement. Because you can't beat summer in Wisconsin. It's amazing. So anyways, until then, I have to live vicariously through tropical shave soap scents. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you real soon. Take care.